I've always been proud of my body. I am skinny, and they're like, people come and say, oh, you're maga, you this. It did not trouble me. However, I'm always 115 to 125 pounds. When I became pregnant, I had HG, hyperemesis gravidarum, and because of that, I was constantly vomiting. Even during my pregnancy, somebody said that I look crawny and sick stomach, right? Because of how skinny I became, and I was sick. Also, after I gave birth, I went back down to 125. And if you all know, when you are breastfeeding, it takes a lot. And I was going to school and breastfeeding. You're studying, you really don't get time to really eat as how you are supposed to. It took a toll on my body. And it's not because I wasn't eating or I wasn't taking supplement, but to know that you are doing it for not just yourself, but you're doing it for somebody really took a toll on my body. And I was in an argument with somebody, and they turned to me and say, oh, I am disgusting with the way how I look, and that instead of me looking man, I'm supposed to go and take care of my body because I'm malnourished. I felt embarrassed. I felt humiliated, and this was in a crowd, and this person attacked me, and she said some cruel stuff about me. This is the first time I can remember not liking my body, and I am not the type of person to go and say something horrible about people's body. And for somebody to say that about me, it really shattered me that day. I went into a phase of depression over it. I started forcing myself to eat more than I can imagine, to the point of me wanting to throw up. I am grateful that I've overcome. I've learned to appreciate my body again. I learned to love myself even more and don't really look at what people say.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Right in the Spotlight. Right in the Spotlight is a podcast where we discuss social issues and trending topics. If it's your first time joining us, remember to hit the like button and leave a comment. Also, subscribe. Yeah. Well, from the recording, you must know that we're going to be talking about body shaming today. Before I get in the nitty-gritty, I have here with me my cousin Lori. She'll be my guest or co-host. Hi, Lori. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure being here.
How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you, my cousin?
I'm great. I'm good today. I'm good once I have you, right?
That's right.
Well, before we even move on, tell my audience 3 words that best describe you.
1, can you guess?
Creative.
Creative.
Yeah, you're good with your hands, gifted hands.
Organized. I'm a lover of hands-on activities.
Yeah.
For example, the arts. I love the arts. Yes.
And you do hair really nice?
Oh, yes, I do.
I normally get my free hairstyles now and then.
Yes.
Yeah. But thank you. So we can now begin getting into speaking about body shaming. All right. So what really is body shaming? Body shaming is basically the criticism of somebody's body. It could be about their weight. It could be about the size or look of some of their body parts. Any negative comments about somebody's body, and it could be your body as well. And Lori, the reason why I chose this topic is because I posted a video, and somebody who is close enough to me, they did give me a compliment, and I felt awesome. And they saw the need to actually leave me with a negative comment.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I know I have always grown up to be skinny, but no, I have
Very skinny.
you're very skinny, right?
Yes.
Body shame me.
No, I'm not. No, 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 no. Not in a
But I
negative
was
way.
very slim, right? I know that I'm gaining weight. Belly in our family, belly fat is so.
My God.
Yeah,
It's like
we
this
have belly fat. So the person commented on my belly, and I felt some type of way. But I decided, you know what? I'm going to turn that into a positive movement. And this is how I came up with the topic, right? So, Lori, what is your thought about the topic, and have you ever been body shamed?
First, I must say, before I mention if I've ever been body shamed, when I heard the topic body shaming, I was like, whoa, that's an excellent topic, because we know nowadays people love to give persons negative comment along with the positive. They don't leave it with the positive and make you feel confident and step out. They feel like they need to add the negative.
Right.
We know that the body is a temple of the Lord. And if you are going to shame God's temple,
you're shaming
God's work.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I was so happy, elated to be here with you.
And maybe that's
I'm
why
happy you chose me.
Maybe that's why I chose you, because
yes,
you will know what to say to make somebody out there feel better and know that they should not listen to the noise.
Block out the noise.
Even if I'm the noise, which I try not to be the noise, block out the noise.
Them out and say, look here, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Amen.
Right?
Yes. I feel like you're gonna carry me into a sermon right now. I feel good.
Okay.
Yes. And so have you ever been body shamed in some way or form?
Well, of course. I, like you, I was pretty slim, so way slimmer than this while growing up. And while gaining weight, the belly, you're gonna start getting a little belly fat.
Yes,
and your smell is not gonna be that.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Your face is gonna be a little bit fatter than usual.
Plummy. Yes.
So persons would sometimes comment on that, like, "Oh, your face fat.
You're pregnant. How much months?
Especially
well, me not like. Alright, guys. I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of this, but I think I've reached the point in my life where I am aware of the implications that our comments or my comments might have on somebody else. I don't leave negative comments. Even with family or relatives, we tend to make some comments. Because Lori, when you had gained weight, I would come around you and touch you and say, "When is my cousin?" I don't do it again. Do I do it again?
No, you don't.
I don't do it again, because I realize that it is not a nice comment.
Yeah, especially if the person is already insecure about that area.
Yes.
It is going to cause more harm
than good.
And
we listened to the audio. She said she grew up on the slimmer side, and then she got pregnant, she gained some weight, and those nasty comments. Sometimes we don't realize what people are going through, and we feel the need that, we must be God or something. I don't know. Or you think that your comment means the world, why you think you should make certain comments on people's body. I guess you are perfect then.
Find something good to lift somebody's spirit.
Yes,
maybe that person was feeling down, and then come with your negative comment,
right?
Just crumple that person's day totally.
So, and people can be on medication. People can be ill while they look a particular way. I'm telling you, that when I heard that audio, I was like, people like this exist. people like this exist. People really say those things.
If it's
Ridiculous.
even to say, oh, I like your blouse. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes something to compliment the person.
How is a person going to benefit from you saying something negative? How? And if you think that somebody is too big, right? If you think somebody is too big, why not say nice to them that, you can start exercise or something, or
in a kind way.
In a kind way. That isn't even kind how I said it. But there are ways to say positive things to people.
Just to lift somebody's spirit. Yeah.
So let me continue with an experience. So as I said, I grew up on the slim side. Let me tell you, not only people who, is on the bigger side gets body shamed, persons who are slim also gets body shamed. So even when I was growing up, people used to call me malnourished. Yes, and we're laughing now, but it's serious. Sometimes we just have to laugh at our experiences because it's just so ridiculous. How me malnourished, me a stick. If me not eat, if me stress out, like if you lose weight after being on the bigger side, they're gonna say, oh, you're stressed out, you're sick, something wrong, or so.
And you know that this is one of the reasons why many persons grow up with low self-esteem.
Yes.
I am so happy it did not affect your self-esteem, my cousin.
It did good. I mean, maybe a little or within the moment, but
it's natural because we are humans.
Yes,
right?
yes. But look at me now. I mean, I was still looking good back then. Let me just say, but I did not let people make me feel too bad about myself. Maybe in the moment, yes, but I did not let it overtake me. I got comments about my breasts as well. But I'm good now. I'm good. So yeah.
I also remember I haven't seen this particular person for like 6 months or more. And the person saw me in a supermarket. And the first thing the person could say was, "Oh, your face," like comment on my face. I don't remember if it was bump or spot, but some negative comment. And the person didn't even ask me how I was coping.
It was during COVID.
It was during that time, that period.
I think I was there. I think I was at a different place. Yeah.
Didn't even find out how are you coping. It is good to see you. I am alive. Come on.
And I was like, what is she seeing? Because I don't see what that person is seeing. It was nothing drastic where she needed to comment. I think sometimes people, because you look good, and they want to feel superior to you. I just feel like sometimes people just leave negative comments.
Yeah, that's some person
for that reason. And speaking of coping, after the loss of my mother, your dear aunt,
oh Lord,
I went back to work. I was working from home, but I saw somebody that I hadn't seen in a long while. I mean, in the few months after the whole thing, and the first thing the person said to me, "Lord God, oh, you look so." The person was like, "No, man. How you look? How you draw down? So you
don't know what to say."
I felt so violated, and I felt like, wow, I went through a stressful time, and this is what you're saying to me. Of all the things you're saying to me, and luckily, before that, I said to myself that I'm going to let my body do what it needed to do during that time.
Yeah.
And when I feel better, I know that I would have regained some strength and regained a little weight to feel the ideal weight that I like. And I felt really terrible when that person said that to me.
And the person knows the situation.
Yes, because that's why I was visited.
So greet the person, encourage them, embrace the person. If you don't have anything to say, because sometimes I just don't have anything to say. That's why they find a negative comment. Greet the person with a hug, squeeze them, and say, I love you.
Exactly.
And leave it there.
Exactly. Funny enough, people do body shame the dead as well. I'm not going to go there. People do body shame the
Yes, they
dead
do.
when they see them in the casket. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there yet. Maybe in another episode. Um, and it's not good. So I was walking in the town. This was before my mother's passing and everything, but I was gaining weight because I was working from home and I was exercising. I feel good. I went into the town. I feel fit, but as I said, belly fat, big problem, right? And but I still felt confident. It was going down because I was exercising. I heard this man saying to me, he said something about KFC and he said something about pizza, burger. But I did not. I mean, I did not hear what he said properly. And then, funny enough, the car stopped at the stoplight, and I had to pass his car. And so the man that made me go about my business. When I was crossing, the man putting head out at the window and say, "Me fi stop go KFC."
No, this is not.
And me hardly eat fast food, and it was not that bad. I felt so embarrassed because say stoplight, other people there, other people here, and this man I know me from Adams.
Let me tell you something, man. I think it is a lack of wisdom. Yeah, lack of wisdom cause it. Only that. Lack of wisdom and selfishness.
Yeah, so true.
Because if you are thinking about how you would feel if the person give you that comment, you wouldn't.
And I could have been feisty and say something back to him or find something to say, but I just crossed the road and let it be.
And look how you well live.
And guess what? KFC, me didn't go to
And how the thing about how you live confident, ready, feeling good within yourself, and then now this man have to stretch out his head.
Dimit for me, dimit. And I only ate KFC like twice a month the most, and I was actually going to KFC that day. I was actually, but he was rude, very rude. All right, so do you have anything else to add before we go into the next segment?
No, not at the moment.
All right, so we're gonna go into the next segment, guys. My cousin Kere, she has her books out. She has a coloring book. She has her journals. Remember that you can check them out. The links are going to be in my bio. So I asked my subscribers to send me some experiences they've had being body shamed and their advice to people who have been body shamed. And these are some of the replies.
I am my biggest body shamer. 99% of the people around me tell me I have the perfect body, but I don't agree. I think my stomach is too big for my body mass. It's the average stomach according to everyone, but as for me, I am not comfortable with it. So I keep telling myself my stomach is too big. At times it makes me depressed and I end up starving myself because I don't want to gain more weight. It's hard for me to advise anyone since I am being my biggest body shamer. But you have to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you won't accept love from others. Your negative thoughts of yourself will reflect on others, and that can be very bad. I always hide my body and it affects my relationships, especially if those friends wish they had my body.
So we have this first person saying that they are their biggest body shamer, and that's very unfortunate because in this case she gets many good compliments from other people. And sometimes the reason why we look at ourselves in a particular way is because society has its own definition of beauty and what looks good and this might be, I'm not sure, but this might be the reason why that person is so hard on themselves, or they have had a negative comment before and then start to look at their body in a particular way. I'm not sure, but I hope that that person can see themselves in other people's eyes.
Yes. And the ideal figure comes from looking at social media.
Yeah,
Don't you
it
think
can
so?
be. Yeah, it can be. I think having social media now and having these Instagram models, and you have cocoa bottle shape,
Yes.
and your waist have to be snatched. I think that has some effect on
Yes.
people.
So if you don't have that figure and somebody looks at you and gives you a good comment, you are going to say, but how are you saying that I look good and I don't look like this particular person?
Yeah, perhaps.
So,
But if you out there, oh, you were gonna say something else?
no, that's fine.
But if you out there, if you feel like you want to work on a particular part of your body, that's fine. But just ensure that you don't down yourself in the moment. Just work on it. If you need to exercise, and keep working on
Eating properly.
And eating properly as well.
And also to seek wisdom from the Lord. And how to take care of his temple.
Yeah.
Because we are stewards over the temple of the Lord. Yes. That's the number one thing.
All right. So let's move on to the next one. I've been constantly body shamed about my weight for as long as I can remember, from the times when I was skinny to now that I've gained a few pounds. It's something that's so ingrained in our culture. Persons don't realize what they're actually doing and the negative consequences it holds. I've been told many times that I'm too tall for a girl. I need to eat more so I don't look so anorexic and get some bleep bleep for my flat ass. Since gaining weight, I've been compared to a pregnant woman, advised to go to the gym and diet. Of course, these wildly inappropriate comments used to make me feel very self-conscious, embarrassed, and pushed me into engaging into negative self-talk, but I've since learned to take strides. This kind of negativity never comes from someone who is truly happy with themselves. So why should I take whatever they have to say seriously? This is the same advice I'd pass on to anyone who has been body shamed in their life. Practice truly loving yourself in all seasons of life and limit the time spent on social media because it places too much emphasis on what perfection is when it's really all smoke and mirrors. Appreciate your body. Life is way too short to be living in the shadows, so never limit yourself because of what someone has said or the fear of what someone will say about your appearance.
Okay, so we just heard a comment from a confident woman. Won't you say that?
Yes, I think she held up even though there were negative comments.
Yes. And she hit the nail on the head.
The same thing that we were saying about social media.
Yes. Social media having the perfect body image that we are supposed to be striving for.
Yes.
But we all need to know that we are all top brands.
Yeah.
We were made by in the image of the Lord, all perfect.
Yes.
So some persons will be very tall, some will be short, and some will be slim, some will be fat. We just need to love ourselves, and I really appreciate her comment.
Yeah, I appreciated the advice that she gave. She gave
Yes.
really, really good advice, and I must say that the comments though that she had, people telling her that she looked anorexic and she should get this certain sexual position to make her butt get bigger. I think it is very rude of people to tell persons to do that. I don't I just can't understand.
Who tells us that having big butt is
everybody? The thing is, everybody can't look the same, and you know who? Social media, the society is what says, okay, big butt is the thing, and guess what? You might never know. In the next 10 years, maybe persons with a smaller butt is the in thing.
Exactly.
If a celebrity comes out and say, love my fat butt.
You would see the confidence walking out there, everybody with the fat butt.
Yeah. And I think that because of social media, this is another topic we can do another time. But because of social media, we have so many people going to do plastic surgery to correct this, to correct that, risk their lives, and so many people have lost their lives and their beautiful figure because of plastic surgery. And I mean cosmetic surgery, because plastic surgery by itself is not a bad thing, but people who are using it to enhance this and enhance that, and when it doesn't really need to be enhanced, that's where the problem comes in. But that's another topic.
Like, we have a popular media person. She embraces being fluffy. And I don't know if you realize how many persons, when they get fluffy, they're so confident because that media person is popular, and she too is fluffy, and she is embracing being fluffy.
Yes. Then that goes to show how influential celebrities are and social media.
So it all boils down to social media. Yes.
So I used to be shamed in high school for my thick lips. In the first 3 years, it was a major blow to my confidence. However, something changed around fourth form when girls actually started admiring them, complimenting me on how they looked. Looking back, I realized most body shaming actually came from the people that were the same gender as me. And what one gender might not like about you, the other might.
I was body shamed when I was slimmer. I was told that I had no shape and was compared to my other siblings who were seen as having a lot of shape. It made me feel like I was less than them, and I always prayed to gain all the curves needed to get a body that was similar to my siblings.
I'm a black woman with a very flat butt, and I've heard various comments about this, and none of them have been flattering. Initially, the comments were very disturbing, and I tried to reshape my butt. The exercises and pills worked well, but then I realized that I didn't like how I felt when I found the guys staring at my butt and making some slurred and sexist remarks. My advice is, everyone is made unique, and that is a part of your contribution to the world. So no matter how you look, you are unique. Even if someone else has the same features, they are not the same as you. Accept yourself first and foremost, and then be proud of your differences.
My top lip was seen as bigger than normal, and I was called names in primary school like Uncle Flip Lip. My advice is to try to channel it to make it a stronger youth and embrace your differences, because some people may not like it, and people definitely won't like it if you make yourself miserable about it. So chin up. Well, lip up if you can.
As a fluffy girl, people feel the need to comment on your weight and your eating habits. As someone with a metabolic disorder, it's very easy to gain weight, whether you eat or not. So having people assume you're greedy, it really affects your self-esteem. My only advice is to love yourself. As much as it sounds cliche, love your body in its present state. Learn to work with your body and appreciate it for the good work it does.
I was told, you're too fat, but it's a good thing you're tall, making it look so bad. I don't care what people say, because I'm not gonna die of hunger. Be comfortable in your own skin. Everyone is not made for magazines and modeling. In this era, everyone can be a model. Even plus-size mannequins are in stores. So, be you.
I have been body shamed in the past because growing up as a child, I was usually on the bigger side. I never really looked my age. I always looked older because I had a lot of meat on my bones, aka I was fluffy, aka I was fat. And so that came with a lot of attention, the good, the bad, and the indifferent from both male and female adults and my peers alike. Usually, I would get fatty, fatty boom boom. One particular person used to call me Mampy. Some of them made me feel very insecure, while others gave me something to think about. So I guess that ties in into the self insecurities. I remember when I was just about to enter high school, I was about 12 years old at the time. I was weighing 220 pounds, I kid you not. And when I went to the doctor to get my medical done, the doctor pointed that out, that I was overweight. But anyways, because of that, I decided to take matters into my own hand and start being more conscious about what I eat, when I eat, how much I eat, and I ended up losing the excess weight. If there is anything about yourself that you do not like for whatever reason, you have the option of changing it, as long as you're not doing it to get more attention and you're not doing it in a way that's going to be unhealthy for you, whether socially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, or mentally. And at the end of the day, a lot of persons who body shame, they are not at peace with themselves, and misery loves company. So they have to project their negative feelings onto others in order to somehow feel better about themselves. So don't internalize it. As hard as that is, try not to internalize it.
Okay, so we've heard the rest of the comments from my subscribers, and they're pretty sad. So many things were said. Do you have anything to say to those other persons?
We are so happy that you are all able to participate in raising the awareness of body shaming, because we know that body shaming, it affects the self-esteem in a negative way, and when your self-esteem is affected negatively, our way of living will be affected. And we realize in the comments that there are males too experience body shaming.
Right, not only females. So some males don't have the ideal body that society wants them to have, and also they get comments on other body parts. So
Yes.
I think, during our break you were saying that males do not get to express themselves as much.
Yes, so males too, they have emotions.
Yes,
They too
yes.
have emotions.
Yeah, you're
So generally speaking, when we're speaking to others, we have to think before we speak.
Right. No matter if it's a female, we think that many people think that men are supposed to be tough.
Tough, yes.
Don't do it. It doesn't matter if it's a female or a male. Try not to leave a negative comment.
So we have to be sensitive when we're dealing with others.
And then you have the comparison. Many people grow up being compared to their siblings, their cousins, people around them, their friends as well, and that's not nice. Obviously, all of us have different genes. We're not going to look the same way. And how are you going to tell persons that they should go and do this or go on a diet or whatever, when genes play a very huge role in how we look.
Yes. But we are all unique. We're not the same. Definitely not the same. And even if you try to change your body figure doing a surgery, you're still not going to look like the ideal person who you're trying to look like.
Exactly.
Definitely
And
won't.
you have to get in that gym, and you have to be strict about what you eat after doing like the cosmetic surgery.
Yes.
As well. And many people do have as one person said, a metabolic disorder. So it depends on how your body deals with food. It also is going to contribute to how you look at where your fat goes whenever you eat.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just want to say thank you, Lori, for coming.
Thank you for having me, Ray.
Yes.
Having me here in the spotlight with you.
Yes, the spotlight is shining, and I hope that this video will help somebody to see themselves better. I always tell myself that, okay, because normally I would say, oh, I have long legs. That probably would be I don't really I don't really shame myself about my legs. But for example, I was like, okay, I have long legs, but I try not to complain about having long legs because I can lose them in the blink of an eye. So the body part that you are shaming or you don't feel good about, you can lose it. No matter which part of your body, you can lose it, and then you're gonna say, okay, I wish I had it. I wish I had. So you have to appreciate what you have. Once you're healthy and good, just chillax and eat healthy. Try to exercise if anything, and feel good about your body.
And I would like to leave this with you, coming from the Word of God, Psalm 139 verse 14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. So we have to know that, look here, I'm made in the image of God. He gave me this temple. I'm supposed to be good steward over his temple. Love myself. So I'll exercise, I'll eat right, and appreciate the temple given to me by God.
Yes.
To us by God.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Yes.
I hope you guys took something positive from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did not get to comment or participate in this episode of Right in the Spotlight and tell your experience about being body shamed, you can do so in the comment section. I'll definitely reply. I want to say thanks again for everyone who sent their response to me. I appreciate it. I couldn't have done this episode without you, and I'm so happy I had Lori here with me. Thank you so much, and this is your token of appreciation.
Thank you for having me.
I'll give you this is a token of but yes, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Ray
And Lori,
and you were right in our spotlight. Tap on your mic, just mic check. Are you not feel happy, so?
hello. No, this is true.
One tap is good. End the video now.